Louis' company's trying to get me and Ariel canceled because she said that New York City is like the Ritz-Carlton compared to San Francisco.
Who said that? Ariel?
Ariel.
Wow, you can't say that. You're in San Francisco.
Listen, this is not, I don't make the rules. I'm just a nice girl from Kansas, John Murray. I'm just here on behalf of our good friends at Splash Sports. I would never disparage a city such as San Francisco.
Well, you know that I've read your text messages the last few days, right?
I've only been here for like 35 hours.
Don't worry, John. She would never say anything wrong. She's a nice girl.
I literally just told her I was recording, and she's chiming in from the other room because she's going to happy hour. So we got to get this show on the road. Let's hear. I'm just going to sit back. I'm going to mute myself, you guys, because you guys get mad at me for interrupting John Murray. So I'm just going to sit back and relax, take some notes.
What are we doing exactly? Are we recapping anything? Nobody cares anymore about the conference championships, right? So
Good
we just
God, please don't make me recap. No.
So why not? Didn't you win on Denver?
Yeah, of course I won on Denver. But
okay, so
like,
what are you upset about?
Now I have to watch this godforsaken Super Bowl.
Godforsaken Super Bowl. Okay, so why don't you just tell me what you want me to talk about? Remember in Seinfeld? Why don't you just tell me the name of the movie you want to see? Just tell me what you want me to do, and I'll do it.
Okay, so you guys had last week you guys had a big night. Everybody came in, bet a ton of prop bets.
Yeah.
You guys are going to be cheering for the unders. Give me some of the sharp prop bets. Give me some of the stuff that is actionable information for our audience before my ring light goes dead, and that they're actually going to want to hear. They don't want to hear me talk about Radio Row. They don't want to hear me talk about San Francisco. They don't want to hear how many coffees I've had today because it's entirely too many.
Then why are you on the show?
For you. They want you.
But no,
they want to hear what you have.
Oh, I don't think that's true. All right, so they bet.
I should leave, and I should go to happy hour with Ariel, and you just do the show by yourself. That's a great idea.
Well, I tried to do the show yesterday.
You don't understand how stressful this place is. You can't get an Uber. I damn sure I'm not walking anywhere after dark.
Tell me what. I think I know what it is, but what's a Waymo? Is that a self-driving Uber?
Waymo is like the robot cars that self-drive. You can't get one of those damn things at all. No. They're like 25 minutes.
Why is it so hard to get? There's just so many people trying to get them.
There's so many people here.
And how far of a walk is your hotel from the convention area?
Like 15 minutes. We're close to the convention area, but we're like on the outskirts where like every Uber driver's like, "Oh, you're staying over there." I'm like,
"Really?" Whoa.
There was like a crackhead party outside of our hotel all night long last night. So I didn't get any sleep. I didn't get any sleep the night before. Now I'm the one that's cracked out off of whatever energy drink I could find in coffee.
Why don't you guys, I'm going to say this as delicately as I can, and then I'm going to give you the sharp information, but why don't you guys, I'm going to get in trouble. Why don't you have Ariel Epstein's there with you. She's a lovely girl, right? Why don't you have her butter up some lonely media guy and bum rides off him for the week?
Because I don't need that. I have Splash Sports. They said, "Hey, we're going to pay for you to go to the Super Bowl." So I just say, "Okay, driver, please don't drop me off over in this really scary area. I know you're not allowed to go down this road, but I'll tip you an extra $10 if you get me as close to my hotel and make sure that we walk in safely, please."
You guys, I saw a picture of you guys there today. Sam Panayotovich sent me a picture of you guys. You guys were looking hot, man. You guys were like really dolled up today.
We owe him a big apology. I feel really bad. So
yeah, you should.
I do feel really bad because here's what happens. And this is why I wanted to film our show on Monday, right? I wanted to film our show on Monday, but it's your day off. And I was like, you know what?
My only day off, actually.
Your only day off. And usually I call you and bother you like I did with KIV and crack. And then I feel bad. So I was like, hey, I did all my Wager Talk stuff Monday. I did all my Splash stuff Monday, like all my pre-records, just so I could get on a plane Tuesday. And all hell broke loose. Yes, I did have a bottle of wine at lunch, but we had.
Do you think that was a factor? Do you think that the wine was a factor?
It was not a factor. We Ubered to our 5:30 appointment. Okay. I was like, I would have been on time, but Ariel's person was like 45 minutes late, and I was not going to leave her by herself.
No.
And come back to the hotel by myself, selfishly as well. And it just didn't make sense.
You know what?
And you told me we were your last thing. And I was like, it's going to be another hour. I don't want you waiting at your office for another hour for me.
Kelly did text me about this yesterday. And when I thought about Ariel being by herself and I thought about Kelly walking to the hotel by herself at night in a place that Kelly and Ariel have both described as, and I'm using their words, a dystopian wasteland. Their words, not mine.
I didn't say that. I said
I
shithole.
forget. I forget who said it. I know it wasn't me. It might have been. It might have been Ariel. I said let's do the show Wednesday. We delayed it by one day. Look, the upside of that is we got more actionable information for your great fans. So
But wait,
I'll run
really
you
quick,
through.
I gotta apologize to Sammy P because I feel really bad. So
Why don't you call him?
today, because he wouldn't answer because he's on his show.
He's
and
on
then
his
you just
show.
told me you just did his show.
I was on a show, yeah.
Okay, so here's what happens on Radio Row. I know you've never been there, but our producers, John and Louie, have been there.
I've never been.
It is a free-for-all. You get grabbed in different directions. You see people you haven't seen in over a year since the last Super Bowl or whatever. We ran into Annie Agar. We were talking to her. She's got a handler that's going.
I like Annie. I like
this
Annie.
way. You have a meeting. We got our handlers going. You guys have another interview. So
how many handlers do you have? How many handlers?
3.
You have 3 handlers
for 2 people. Yes. So
did you see when I did?
We have a PR guy, and then we have the PR guy's assistant.
Did you see when I described you as like the sports betting equivalent of all those insufferable music artists at the Grammys lecturing everybody about life while they live in some giant mansion behind huge walls with personal security? I said you were the sports betting equivalent of those people. Go ahead.
Okay, great. Anyway, so I said, and I gave Andrew, I said, hey, we got to go see JVT, right? You texted me.
Who is Andrew? Who is Andrew?
Andrew is one of our main handlers. He's the PR
you don't
guy.
even know who these people are, right?
We just met Andrew.
Yeah, okay.
Here's Andrew. He's going to babysit you guys all day long and make sure you don't screw up the schedule, right?
Poor Andrew. Poor kid.
If you talk to like JVT and people like that, people just don't show up to their interview. People are late. Then it screws up the whole schedule.
You didn't show up to your interview with Sam.
That's where I'm getting at. So I told Andrew.
I'm sorry.
Yesterday, Sammy texted me, hey, I want to get you guys on chicken dinner because they're doing stuff with Splash too. I said, okay, no problem. I said, we have a break from 3:15 to 4 o'clock. So we could do like a 10-minute hit at 3:30. That's it. And then we got to go to the next.
Okay.
While we're standing there, it's 3:19. I go to the bathroom because I had 10 minutes till we were going to go on my laptop and do Sammy's show. I get back from the bathroom. Andrew's like, hey, you guys got to go. You guys are Fox Sports Radio right now. And I was like, Fox Sports Radio? Like the national, like the giant stage right here? And he goes, yeah, they just saw you guys. They want to have you guys on. And I was like, we have chicken dinner in like 8 minutes. And he goes, sorry, you're going to have to tell me you can't. Because he said, here is the level of a nationally syndicated radio show versus Sammy's show. And I just stood there like, shit.
This is your apology? You're disparaging Sam's show? This is the worst apology.
I'm saying that it was
this apology. You need to apologize for the apology. That's another Seinfeld reference. You got to apologize for the apology. Terrible. Right. This is a terrible apology.
Okay, so I'm sorry to Sammy, but I'm glad that when I logged in, you said you just did Sammy's show, so now I don't feel as bad.
I did Sam's show. We made fun of you, and I love Sam, and he said at the at the end of the show, he says to me, because he's upset with you and Ariel. Well, hold on a second. Hold on.
We got an Andrew.
He said he asked me to ditch dinner, a dinner that I guess you planned for the 4 of us.
His birthday dinner that I have planned at Edge Steakhouse.
He asked me to ditch that dinner.
And it's not the 4 of us. It's like 8 of us.
Okay, well, he asked me to ditch whoever's at that dinner, and I said, I can't ditch that dinner, Sam, because I was never planning on going anyway, so it's not ditching to begin with.
I thought you were going to say this. You had to sign the comp ticket.
Right, of course, I got to comp it.
Listen, you don't have to come to dinner. You know what? Us girls will go to dinner. Happy birthday, Sammy. We'll celebrate for you. You don't have to go either, John Murray. Just sign.
We love Sam. Kelly, I think actually this time, and that's why I wasn't mad at Kelly yesterday, I feel like this week, I think our girls are excused here. I mean, there's so much going on. You know, there's so many people requesting your time. You're bouncing back and forth from this hotel to the convention center. And again, I'm going to quote, I think it was Ariel, this dystopian wasteland as you're walking through these streets. I think that was Ariel's term, not mine. I get it. That's why I didn't really mind bumping the show today. I thought it was fine. I'm happy to have some of your time. I'm going to let you get to your happy hour. That sounds pretty important. the game that we got here we're talking about Seattle and New England. That was the game we wanted. I talked about that the last time we did a show. It was because we didn't think Denver would move the needle on props because the backup QB was in there. That was and because
Ariel said the same thing today. She's like, listen, that's not fun. When you're used to handicapping guys all season long, you want every team to be as healthy as possible. As a Denver fan, it sucks, right? I'd love to see the Broncos back in the Super Bowl. But also, you know what would suck even worse? The Broncos lost a respectable playoff game, getting absolutely obliterated by the Seattle Seahawks. That would be worse.
Well, they in my mind, and I was rooting for New England, but in my mind, I thought that the push pass by Stidham being ruled a fumble, I thought that was a little questionable. And New England scored a touchdown after that. And then I also thought the first down they gave New England was questionable. And New England kicked a field goal after that. Those were all the 10 points they scored in the game. But one thing I did take away from that game, especially the second half, was yes, New England didn't do anything. Drake May didn't do anything. I get all that. They weren't really trying to do anything. Their whole objective was let's just not mess it up and then punt it back to Stidham in this weather against our defense. And New England does have a very good defense.
Yes.
And we're going to talk about that on our show. But that really was clearly their plan was, May, don't do what Stidham did and give up the ball. Just punt it back to these guys.
Just tried explaining this. One of our very last hits with your guy JVT that hates me. Literally.
So you found time for JVT who hates you, but not Sam.
Yes.
Interesting. Go ahead.
But that was because of Andrew.
Andrew pre-booked us, and it was actually
no. You
really
can't.
funny.
Now, Ariel, you can't just yell. You have to be on the show.
You text me and you said, "Hey, can I give JVT your number?" And I said,
I did.
That he hated me, and then he confirmed today why he hates me, because I took food and money out of his child's hands.
Well, that's a pretty good reason to not like somebody.
But it was funny because he's like huge on Seattle, and I'm like, that's fine. That's fine. You can say that, but you can't say it's because of what the Patriots did in the second half versus the Broncos. They played not to lose. They got lucky and didn't lose.
Oh, I agree with you on that.
They played not to lose. You're right. Vrabel was like, you know what? Burn the clock. We are in this horrific weather. I mean, that was like the worst second half of a game I've seen in a really long. I mean, it was awfully boring. Like,
it was a rough game.
Nothing great.
It was rough. It was really one of the worst conference championship games matchups that I can remember in my career. Just neither team really was too exciting. Backup QB. It was a pretty lousy game.
Yeah, I think we can admit if the weather hadn't have turned like it did right there around halftime, that probably it would have been a different final result. I think it would have been a more fun, exciting game. It might not have been 34-24, but it might have been 24-17. It might have been 21-17. Like there would have been more scoring. Like the game plan was only because of the weather.
Do you think that, I'm not trying to accuse you of anything, do you think that you're picking New England on your shows this week because you're trying to kiss the ring of all? No.
I said
no, that's not where I was going with this.
I've said these guys are frauds. We have talked about their bad schedule, and now I think that's gotten too overblown. This is too. Do you think you're trying to kiss the ring of the Patriots fan base? They were so hard on you after the. Yes. Are you sucking up to the Patriots fans? No. Do I ever suck up to any fans?
No, actually. Okay. But some of the comments that were made at Kelly, I mean,
they might have been meaner than the Bears fans.
You guys need to. Yeah, I mean, seriously, if you're out there and you're watching a show,
our social media guys know what they're doing. Those kids knew exactly what
they're doing. It on purpose. Yes. I don't think so. I think that they just are they're so passionate about their team that they just lose all touch with reality.
Yes, but our social media guys.
Our social media guys.
Yeah, they take this snippet in time, right?
John and Lou are awesome.
They take this much time, they snip it out, and they say, Kelly in Vegas says Drake May sucks. And they put that's their caption, and then the internet goes insane.
But I'm talking about the guys in your comments where it's like, Kelly will say something like, well, Drake May didn't play that well. And then the comment, which I'm unfortunately tagged in, is like, you dumb cunt. get back in the kitchen. You're just showing your tits. And it's like, good Lord. Take it easy, you weirdos. It's like you're just commenting on a football game, man. Get a grip.
It's because it's
Get a
so
grip
true.
on your
Like,
life.
I literally had this
Get a
conversation
grip.
with Ariel that I think a lot of words are really funny. And the
Yeah.
reason why they're so funny is because they hold no weight to me. Because when you get called to
Mhm.
see you next Tuesday on a regular basis on
Yeah.
social media,
Right.
words just don't really hurt. Like it's just
No,
like,
it doesn't. It doesn't matter. But I honestly, in a weird way, I almost feel worse for those people. It's
than
like,
me.
yeah, it's like this is good. Look, because I know you don't give a shit.
Oh yeah.
You're just going about your day. You don't care. And these guys are all just so worked up. They're bent out of shape.
How do
You
you have
know,
a job? Well, that's a really
imagine
great question.
smashing the keys of their keyboard. I mean, it's like get a life, man. Get a life. Okay. The Super Bowl has been all Seattle. We opened this thing 2 Sundays ago, right? So Seattle beats the Rams. We open the game 4. I mean, we don't need to go down into this web too much, but obviously Ed and Jeff like the dog in the under. I don't even need to ask them. You know, of course they like the dog in the under. They like
I
the
mean,
under.
I like the dog in
That
the
that
under.
means that like those guys telling me they like the under in the game is like the most meaningless piece of information I
How
could
many
ever
Super Bowls
get.
in a row have they liked the under?
I don't think that they've ever not liked the under in the Super Bowl. So I
That's all I
don't.
was.
It's like, oh, you guys like the under? Great! Wow, I'm stunned. Let me digest that. They like the under. They like the dog. Obviously, they do every year. Means nothing to me. But we
But
open the game.
that's
Go
what I
ahead.
want to talk about because when you and I spoke before all my shows on Monday, I said, "Hey, we're not doing a show today, but
We talked on Monday, me and you.
I
don't remember
called
that.
you at 7 a.m. Pacific. I thought you were going to kill me.
Ellie wakes me up at like 5:30. What's the difference?
Okay, well, it's still the point. It's a little too early for a phone call, and that's what I want to know. So, your guys are just booking with the market, though, even though they like.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you can say that they like, but
They
you're
do.
just you open and then you move with the market. So really,
So
what they like doesn't really matter, correct?
No, and good. That's a really good point. Actually, glad you made it for me. It's not like they're saying we like this and we're gonna jam it down your throats. For honestly, you can't do that in the Super Bowl. There's too much money on the game. That would be very irresponsible. But we opened at 4 because some of the guys in our back room thought it was going to be more like 3.5, and it started drifting up. We went to 4.5 that night. I came in here last Saturday, 3 or 4 days ago, and I noticed that we were like 6-1 money, Seattle, and 5-1 ish tickets, Seattle. And I think you'll agree with me. As much as we joke about 1 as being a key number, as much as I love that joke, and I do
If
think
this
it's
game
true and it's
lands
funny.
1, I'm going to
Yeah,
die.
that'd be so funny. I think you'll probably agree with me that 5 is not a super key number. So I said
No, but we do have to talk about how it's no longer dead. Remember, I remember Chris Andrews. It was a Packers game, and I
Chris
bought it
Anderson,
from
South Point.
from
Yeah.
5.5 to 5, and he got in the middle of my ass for celebrating that push. It was a Packers game. Let's call it somewhere in 2012, 2013. And he
Chris
was like,
Andrews got in your ass.
yes, I remember because you have to remember, like,
That's
you're
a good
a
clip
dickhead
right there.
on
That
social
will clip.
media.
That will play well.
You have to remember I was kind of a dickhead on social media. He later on
Oh, I know you
apologized. He was like, hey, it wasn't my place to lecture you. But I told him it actually was because he's right. That was dumb.
Well,
How
you
much
don't
did
want
I
to buy
pay to
from.
move off to 5? You don't buy on to 5. I mean, this
Don't
is like
buy onto
2011,
5.
2012. But
5 is not a real key
it's
number.
no longer a dead number.
Okay, but it's not a key number.
Correct.
And I'll explain. I'll show you. I'll demonstrate it. We go from 4.5 to 5 on Saturday, almost like a fact-finding mission. Do these guys want 5? Are the people that want? Basically, you're finding out for yourself. Are the people that want to bet New England? Are they waiting for 5? And remember, we have minus 108. So we go to 5, and we got a lot of money to burn because we do great on New England futures. All of our bets so far are on Seattle. So if we can go to 5 at very little risk and say, is this what people want? No, they don't. Because even though the ticket count has started to even out, it was going to even out anyway. I mean, it always does. But even though it has started to even out a little bit, right now, by the way, it's like 2/3 of the tickets are on Seattle. and 75% of the money's on Seattle.
So it's not
It
even
wasn't like the sharp. I'm just saying it wasn't like these really sharp customers were like coming in to make a big bet at +5 -108. That didn't happen. That didn't happen. So I don't think 5 is the buy number for the New England people. Now most of our sharper accounts know that we're going to go to -105 for the game.
Crack and I
are
talked
going to,
about that.
and we're going to go to -105 on Friday. So maybe they're waiting for Friday to come. We are still talking 4 days away from the game here. There is still a long time to go. Go ahead.
But you don't think you're going to get to 6? Like you told me.
I don't think so. That would really surprise me. That would be if you saw a book go to 6. I don't want to speak for what everybody else is doing, but they would have to have been very overloaded on that game because this is a game where you almost can't afford to get middled or sided.
Well,
there's too much money on the game.
So everybody asked me. So I bet +10. I bet 5.5 -105 Monday after the conference championship. So over a week ago. And I did that knowing that it was going to come down because on the odds logic screen, it was already starting to see 5s. There was a 1, 4.5. And I thought, okay, let me just grab this. I got this one book. I'm just going to take it because if I want to, I can come back on Seattle money line. I thought we'd see Seattle money line drop. Then it didn't. It just kept going up. So that's where I'm like, ugh. Do I think this game is going to be middled? No, but I knew I could get off the 5.5 with some Seattle money line and hope that maybe the game lands 3, maybe the game lands 4, or 1.
Or 1. Maybe they land 1. Very unlikely.
I hope so. I hope Kevin nails you 18-1 with the game lands 1. And by the way, where did you get that prop bet from?
The guys did that. That was probably like Casey or are you saying you did it?
I'm just saying I just would like a little bit of credit for it. And I'm also saying that I stand by. I want to have a prop bet in August when I'm out there for Super Contest weekend that I can bet the number of games that land 1 in the 2026-2027 season.
Ugh, let's not talk about next NFL season. All right, let's enjoy.
It's right around the corner.
Let's enjoy the fact that this one's almost over. We do great on, like I said, we do great on New England futures. We do well on Seattle futures too, and we've taken all the Seattle money. So right now we do great on New England. What happens this weekend? I do think New England money will show up, but I have talked to some people that I really respect that have said they think Seattle's going to win the game by double digits, and I agree.
Every single person I talked to today all thinks it's going to be a blowout.
I agree with. One thing I will say though is, I think that I agree with Kelly. The narrative about this fraudulent New England thing has gotten a little too far. I mean, I know they played an easy schedule, but this is a team that lost their first game. They won 14 of their last 16 regular season games. They were favored in all 3 of their playoff games. Yes, I know Bo Nix was hurt. But they were favored in all their playoff games. They didn't lose a game on the road all season. They got a good head coach that the Titans never should have fired. That was a ridiculous decision by the Titans. They've got an offensive coordinator who's been the offensive coordinator in like 50 Super Bowls, Josh McDaniels. This is old hat for him as a play caller. I think it's just a little overblown, but I do think Seattle's a better team. I think Seattle's better than New England. I think they got better players pretty much all over the field. I know New England's really good defensively. I'm not saying
they shouldn't be a favorite, but I think 5.5 is ridiculous. You said 3.5. That's exactly what I would have made the game. If this game was 3.5, I would have never bet it. There'd be no reason for me to bet it. I think it's very similar to the Denver Broncos game where I said everybody is overblowing the fact that the drop off from Bo Nix.
That I don't think you can say that.
They are exaggerating, whatever. They are taking the fact that Bo Nix is hurt and that you're playing with a backup quarterback, and it was too many points. That game could have very easily been Denver 10-0. Easily.
Oh, I know that. It should have been. It should have. And I'm the first guy to go for it. You know that. But in that weather, with that backup quarterback, with that defense and New England's defense, I can honestly say I would have kicked the field goal.
And that's fine. They didn't kick the field goal. They got really aggressive. here's the thing. I really don't think Seattle's that aggressive. They haven't had to be aggressive, right? There is going to be a point where either the aggressiveness pays off for Vrabel and they win the game, or they lose. And I still think I'm going to stand by. I think they lose by less than a field goal if they lose.
Okay. Well,
I just think the narrative has gotten too much.
You're a narrative buster.
I love the narratives. The script writers in the NFL write some really great narratives, and this was one of them. And that I sat right here on this show and every other wager talk show that I do and said, this team is not playing anybody. They haven't proved anything. And guess what? I have to eat crow. And I don't think they're going to get blown out.
Well, when the team makes it to the Super Bowl and you've been picking against them all year, you do have to eat a little crow. Yes. Well, the sharp money did come in on the under. It's gone. It's down to 45.5. I just want to again say that is totally meaningless to me. That happens every Super Bowl. I don't even notice it. They all bet the under like crazy last year that weekend.
2 points, you don't even notice it.
No, I that means nothing to me. They all bet the under last year in the Super Bowl. Every wise guy was in here over the weekend. How much can I have on the under? It was an absolute dead under. And guess what happened? It went over. The year before it went over in overtime. The year before it went over in overtime. So that's that. And I told our guys too, like, don't worry so much about setting up your decision on the total. It really doesn't matter because 60 to 65% of our money on this game is going to be on props. So if it goes under, we're already going to do so well on props. And if it goes over, we're already going to do so poorly on props. So you don't need to be sitting there with the total. Really, I'm not saying ignore it, but that doesn't need to be your focus.
No, but I want to talk about the props because obviously I've been with Ariel all day. So everybody wants to know what props and stuff.
Ariel is the prop queen.
So we talked about repealing PAPSA and then it going nationwide, right? And all of a sudden, New Jersey became like the prop capital, and Vegas had to hurry up and play catch up because the only time that I remember would be Super Bowl, right? Or some big standalone games that you guys would put out prop bets. And now you guys are doing it every single week, every single weekend, every single game. What is like that shift has been monumental. I mean, you even said to me, you're like, hey, we kind of thought we were behind coming out on Wednesday because some books on the East Coast came out Sunday night after the game.
Well, these national sports books have automated prop menus. I mean, they just turn them on and they're good to go. I mean, we don't have that level of sophistication on the technology side. Our props were all created by our team. I mean, I'm not going to say they didn't look at the market. Obviously they did, but they did them all by hand. They set them up by hand. They put them in the system. We were letting people bet $2,000 on them. We were booking them at -110 both ways.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I heard
there's a reason why there was 100 people lined up on Wednesday night at the Westgate SuperBook, but that's every year. I
heard some clown was saying, I guess he's saying that we need to contact every person who's ever made a bet here to explain the status of their ticket to them instead of the customers having accountability for their own bets. Some fucking idiot said that. But we're taking $2,000 at -110 both ways on Super Bowl props on Wednesday night. How about that?
It's a big deal.
So no, I didn't call the guy who bet $5 and had no player's card to let him know the status of his ticket. I didn't quite have enough time for that, unfortunately. Moron. So here are some props that some sharp guys did bet with us. We can run through a few of them. They bet over 1.5 interceptions in the game. So over 1.5 interceptions in the game. I thought this one was interesting. They bet no 2-point conversion attempt in the Super Bowl. I thought that was interesting, seriously, because going for 2 now is so common in the NFL. It's like all these coaches are trying to outdo each other by being the analytical guy, and you go for 2 here. Although I say that, and Sean McVay kicked an extra point to go down 4 in the game 2 weeks ago, which was a terrible decision. But I thought that was interesting. Over 13.5 players with a catch was another one we saw some money on. Will the Seahawks convert a 4th down attempt? They bet that one no, which I thought was really interesting.
I'm trying to find that right now.
And then the other one that I thought was interesting, and let's peel back the layers of it a little bit. it's a good sign if you do like Seattle, because we saw some really sharp groups bet Sam Darnold to have more passing yards in the first half than in the second half, plus a half. So Darnold plus a half first yards against Darnold second half. Meaning, in theory, Seattle's got the lead because they've had a productive first half and they're not looking to throw as much in the second half. If that bet wins, that is a good sign for Seattle. Am I saying it means Seattle wins? I am not saying that. I'm saying that would be, if your quarterback throws for more yards in the first half than in the second half, probably means you're in good shape. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
What are we gonna get your girl out here for, like her best prop bet, or
No, she
what
went
is
to happy hour.
she already left? What are her plays?
I've
Give
only
her
heard
her
her talk
plays.
about
You've
it
been
all
with her for
day
2
long.
days.
She's got some defensive props. She's got Sam Darnold over
Like
rushing
defensive against,
like a
like
tackle. There's
defensive
some guy
players, or being defensive against the media?
defensive players for the Seattle Seahawks over
okay.
tackles. We still have to do this for another 4 days. I am so tired of talking about this game. I don't even know if I want to watch this game, John Murray. Isn't that sad?
If I can honestly say that if I wasn't working on Sunday, I would be totally content going and playing golf with my friends, not watching one play and just seeing at the end how we did. I swear to God, it would mean nothing to me. I wouldn't miss it.
Ask me like which halftime show you're gonna watch. I'm like, neither one of them excites me. Like that's why I tweeted Ariel. I go, maybe if Morgan Wallen was a halftime show, I would watch. What do you mean? I don't know if we're having a party. I've asked Brett 3 times, what are we doing for Super Bowl? Neither one of us have an answer. I get back late Friday night. I got to work Saturday morning. We got college basketball on deck. I might just hang out on my couch and watch the game and not really give a shit.
Would you consider this a party? Me, John Hoagland, aka the unit, producer of the show, Mario, my pug, baby Mario. The 3 of us in my office watching the game together, just the 3 of us. Is that a party?
Are you having beers?
No.
Then no.
But Mario's there. He's great.
Mario is great.
Yeah,
but
he's really good.
Like, I feel like you need some food and some beers. Like, are you gonna get?
Yeah. No, well, not food.
Maybe you guys move to the clubhouse. And
somebody has the clubhouse. Somebody purchased it.
Has the clubhouse. Duh, it's a Super Bowl. And I'm not there. We actually told that story about how I threw a massive fit in the clubhouse during the 49ers Chiefs Super Bowl. I was like, thanks, Ariel. And she's like, she's awful to watch a game with. I'm like, yeah, of course I'm awful. I'm a sore loser.
That was the worst game, awful. Like by game result. I mean, I've had worse days in my career when other more important things happened, but that was the worst day of my career in terms of game result. That was the worst day of my career. I was sick after that game. There were like 10 plays that if the 49ers made any of them, they would have won.
They were up.
I was sick after that game. I know that.
You guys, whatever. Anyway, so yeah.
That's why I'd rather play golf than watch. That's why I'd rather play golf than watch the Super Bowl.
That was when you actually gave me a nice room. That was the time you gave me a nice room, and I had a big hot tub in my room, and I just sat in the hot tub by myself, just really.
You know, on some level, right, that I have no idea how to even put anybody in a room. I have no clue how to do that. I've never done it in my life. I have absolutely no idea. I ask.
I know, but it's fun to make fun of you about it. It's fun to
blame Ray.
Anytime something goes wrong, like the time I had to take the stairs at the Westgate because I didn't want to miss tip-off, and we were like, you put us on like a really high floor, like 34, and we had this gorgeous room, and we could not get down, and I had to go down all the way down the stairs, and I came out the back way and through the SuperBook, and you were the first person I saw, and I couldn't wait to be a bitch to you about it.
I don't remember that, but I'm sure it happened. It sounds like you. You walked down 30 flights of stairs?
34 flights of stairs because the elevator wouldn't come up and get us because it was so packed for March Madness. And the biggest problem that I have on the West Coast, which I'm on the West Coast right now, it feels like it's 10 p.m. at night. My body is like, what day is it?
Yeah.
Is in Vegas, it's even worse because it's all alcohol. And then you have to get up at the ass crack of dawn to watch basketball because basketball tipped off at 9 a.m. So there I am, drudging down these damn stairs because I don't want to miss tip off. And then you were the first person I saw. And Ariel must have pointed her finger several times at you about how we had to walk down the stairs.
She pointed at me? That's so rude. I thought Ariel was like this sweet kid.
No, she's not. There's a lot of jokes that I can't make on the show about Ariel that I found out today amongst her other tribe members. And it was really funny.
Tribe members. All right. let's very quickly.
I don't get to be a part of it, but she did tell her she was going to have me convert, which I think sounds like fun.
Mailbag, or do you want to do? I got a couple other notes here, or do you want to
give
do
me your
mailbag?
notes. No, we'll do the mailbag in like 4 minutes.
I just saw that Framber Valdez signed with the Tigers, so we can talk a little baseball.
Okay, I don't want to talk about that. No.
Well, we're not going to talk about Framber Valdez, but I was going to talk about the win totals. Westgate SuperBook got MLB season win totals, playoff yes/nos up for betting yesterday, Tuesday. The teams that we're talking about right now that we like are, I told Kelly we like the White Sox. We thought they had a good offseason. They got a very low win total. I was going to say their division is no good, but Valdez bolstering that Tigers rotation, which already includes a guy named Tarek Skubal. He's pretty good. So
Maybe.
The Tigers are going to be pretty good pitching.
If I know who they are, that means they're probably pretty good.
Well, he's won the last 2 Cy Youngs. So, yeah, he's pretty good. That was a Step Brothers reference. Yeah, it's pretty big. Okay. Then we like the Braves. We think the Braves are set for a bounce-back season. A lot of injuries last year. And we like the Pirates. I can't imagine the Pirates would trade Paul Skeens. I just can't believe that.
Well, that's what. Don't you have to wait a little bit of time to bet some of these things and make sure you're getting the best of the information? Because can you imagine?
Well, they wouldn't trade him. Well, hold on. They would never trade him preseason. But I'm just saying,
okay, I would kill you if I bet the Pirates over and they traded their best player.
Well, the best pitcher in the National League.
Yeah, I would freak out if I was holding an over ticket that happened.
But I told our really good friend Chris
in the group chat.
I told our good friend Chris Thurston, my friend Joff, who's a college basketball handicapper. He's kind of a freak. He's so good at it. I said
he's about as good as Randy.
Oh yeah, because Randy's picking the college basketball games.
I know. Poor Randy. Art and I were having a lot of fun. So if you guys missed the reference last week on Last Call, Art usually gives me like 20 college basketball games. They go like 12-7 and 1, and we're all happy, right? Mm-hmm. So Art's got the morning off, and I'm like, John, can you send me some? And he's like, yeah, here's a 5. Randy said got bet. They went 1-4, and the comment section just rioted like it was somehow Randy's fault.
Well, I have told you before that your fans aren't the brightest.
It's funny because now Art is like, yeah, I'm better than Randy.
Oh, yeah. Well, Art does a terrific job for us. Although I love Randy.
I created a Westgate SuperBook rivalry. So now
those guys are chummy. They're both big Yankee fans.
Okay,
they're both from New York.
Pit them against each other now.
Now Randy, you'll never pit them again.
Now Randy's gonna have to really pick up his game for this Saturday.
What was I saying? I was in the middle of something.
You were talking just BS stuff.
Oh yeah, no, I was saying. Well, it's all everything I say is bullshit. But it was all about.
You're a great handicapper, Joff is, and he's not, unless you want to bet teams named Tarleton State.
Before Joff had all the money he has now, before he was like going to the boat club every week and wearing boat shoes like a fucking yuppie, he was a talented college basketball handicapper. He's too rich now. He doesn't care. Have you ever seen those like sons of great boxers? They don't have the hunger. You know, that's Joff. Well, what was I saying? Yeah, I don't want you in our group baseball bet this year. I don't think you have the temperament for it. You know, you get too upset. They play. If we bet, let's say we bet White Sox over 65.5 wins, which we haven't done yet. We haven't bet anything. They could lose 96 games, and we would still win. They would go 66-96, and we would win. Could you handle something like that?
Yes, of course.
I don't think you can. I think you're too. You're not a baseball girl. You're a football girl.
No, I'm not a baseball girl, but I don't care. I want the winners. So we're betting the White Sox over, the Pirates over, and what else?
We like the Braves.
And the Braves over. Got it. See, done. That was easy.
So the guy that I want to see unlock right now is Wes Reynolds, man. Because I love watching golf. I love betting on golf. I think Wes, he's probably still coming down off that high of the Indiana win. I mean, he's probably still partying balls, right? I mean, they won the national championship. I hope Wes has
if they won a natty, I'd probably still be partying balls.
Yeah. So I look at his picks every week because I think Wes is great on the golf, but we haven't done great yet. But I don't blame him at all. He's probably partying.
Shit. I need our golf pick.
Yeah. What is Brett like in golf?
Good question.
Yeah. Text me what Brett likes. I love betting on golf.
Well, he made me take Jason Day last week, and the guy barely made the cut.
I had a guy last week that didn't make the cut.
Oh, even
I
better.
gotta do-
In the Splash League or
Yeah, it actually is in Splash. It is in
nice.
Splash. And then
Okay.
before we get to the mailbag, I wanted to ask you about this. What is the deal with, because you're there, so I thought maybe you'd have some insight. I keep seeing all these posts on X about Fanatics merchandise for the Super Bowl. Have you seen
Okay.
all this stuff? And like everyone's talking about how it's like really cheaply made. What is the deal there? What am I missing there? Why is everybody?
I haven't seen anything. So I think what people don't realize is that where we are is nowhere near like any of the fans or anything. I think it is so strange. So the game's in Santa Clara, right? One of the teams, according to what all the stuff that they send us, like media stuff, one of the teams is in San Jose, one of the teams is in Palo Alto, which is
Okay.
like still an hour from here, right?
Yeah.
And here we are at this convention center in downtown San Francisco because they say that they want to give the media people where the good restaurants are and the good nightlife is. Fine. But like, I haven't seen any merch. Like Brett's mom called me and was like, oh my God, one of my bartenders really needs a new Patriots jersey. Send it to me with the logo. And I'm like, go online and buy it. What do you mean? You think that like where I'm at is selling jerseys? Like I'm with a bunch of
isn't it
nerds.
true?
I
The
saw
last
Adam Hill
time,
like 7 times today. That's way too many times to see Adam Hill in one day.
love Adam Hill. I disagree. I wish I could see Adam 17 times in one day. But
He was really fun. He was talking about the new friends he's made on the street.
I'll pivot out of that.
Not
When
good.
when you talk about that was a good one. When you talk about buying stuff online, I was at Anfield last May for a Liverpool game, and I went to the Anfield store, and I had some friends that were like, "Hey, get me this or this or this," and I looked because there's so many people there. The in-person store, which is huge, it's 2 levels, and they got all these. There's a million people working. I mean, there's probably seriously like 40 registers checking people out. That's how busy the place is. They didn't have any stuff because everyone just buys everything. There's nothing there. All that was left was like smalls or 5XLs. And I was texting my friends like, just go online, dude.
Yes.
Just go online. But
Exactly.
who is the target audience for those hats that just say like A or N for the AFC or NFC? Who the hell would buy that? Have you ever seen anyone wearing that?
Yeah, but why would you want a Super Bowl 60 hat, like a white
I don't
hat
know.
with the logo? Like,
But imagine being like, hey, are you here to root for the Seahawks? No, I'm NFC. I'm rooting for the NFC. I want that NFC hat, that N hat.
I
It's
don't
ridiculous.
know.
I don't understand your sport. I don't understand your sport. Do you want to do the mailbag?
I don't understand any of it. I don't understand why people like multiple people are like, have you met any athletes? First of all, you think me in my little Splash Sports shirt bouncing around with Ariel is going to just walk up to a player? First of all, I'm a gambler.
I would have thought that you would have, to be honest.
Absolutely not.
I would have been wrong about that too.
2 years ago in Vegas, I fangirled out for a second. I don't know if you remember, but I had CJ Stroud over every single week, just passing yards. And all I did, CJ was like walking. I was like, CJ, I love you. Just like that. And his handler was such a see you next Tuesday to me because I spoke to him. I'm like, everybody relax. Like,
dude,
that's her job. Her job is to be the bad guy.
These athletes, their handlers they can't let them get baby trapped by some woman.
Okay, great. They're not going to. It was really funny. Like, speaking of Adam Hill, he's like, have you seen Ashton Jaunty? And I'm like, I couldn't pick the guy out of a lineup. I can't pick out 90% of these guys out of a lineup because they're wearing helmets. And you never see
5'2". Genty's like 5 foot.
Yeah, but you can pick out a quarterback because you see their face all the time. I can pick out most coaches because you see their face all the time.
Oh yeah, true. The coaches for sure.
NBA players, college basketball players, I can pick those guys out. I can hardly ever. And then I saw him on TV and I sent Adam Hill a picture. I was like, I found him. He was like, thanks, Kelly. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know where he is because obviously he covers the Raiders. And I'm like, no, 5'2".
Adam Hill's a great guy. Adam Hill's a great guy. This may be our last mailbag segment because I like the idea of I think the mailbag's tired and it doesn't interest me. I like the idea of just reviews where basically like the person reviewing it just tells us what an asshole I am or what a bitch Kelly is. I like that. I like that because
we basically already answered all the mailbag questions. People want to know about
what are they? Tell me what they are.
No, and one's Ariel being a smartass asking me who my favorite roommate is. And another one is one I already answered on Twitter about which steakhouse this guy should take his wife to, even though he's not rich.
He's not rich.
That's true.
Where should what'd you say? Herbs and rye.
I said herbs and rye.
Okay.
No.
Hey,
I
good.
said
Good. Happy
Echo
hour.
and Rig. I said Echo and Rig.
Oh,
and
Echo
I said
and Rig. Yeah.
But I
Echo
said
and Rig's good.
it's Echo and Rig can be a hike depending on where you're staying on the
Yeah,
strip
true.
or an Uber ride. But I still like the best bang for the buck. They bring over the steak tray. You get to pick out your own steak. You don't have a corky for wine. Like you could go
That's
in
a
there
good
and
spot,
have a great meal for less than $200. You go to Edge Steakhouse at the Westgate SuperBook. That steakhouse I'm asking you to comp. You're gonna have to write us a $500 comp for 4 girls.
I refuse. I don't have to do anything.
With wine.
I'll just refuse.
There's no alcohol. With no alcohol, we could get away with $350. But with wine,
why would I comp 4 of you girls?
For Sam's birthday. He doesn't want to go. We're gonna go on his behalf.
We'll have to talk about that. There's no other mailbag question. Ariel asked me, I did talk to Ariel yesterday. She asked me to ask you on the show. I thought she'd be here, but she asked me to ask you on the show.
I thought she was gonna be here too, and she just left me for the rooftop party.
Why did when she wanted to go somewhere, she invited you to Aruba. When you wanted to go somewhere, you invited her to San Francisco. That was the question that she wanted me to ask. I just
told you, thank God I made her come to. I called one of the owners of Splash and I said, hey, will you get Ariel a flight out here? We've already got a hotel room. You've already bought my flight. I'm just gonna make one extra shirt. It's gonna be great. You
made that shirt?
Yeah, because I wanted something cute. You know how guys merch is like, like they were like, make whatever.
Oh yeah, I think about it all the time.
Yeah. Well, because it's like big. It's made for men.
Yeah.
So we wanted to be cute. So anyway, long story short, they said yes, because like a JFK to SFO is not a bad price for a ticket at all. So they said yes. Thank God, because I probably wouldn't have left my hotel room if Ariel wasn't here. Like, I don't know what I would be doing.
Why not?
Like, is this all dudes just like doing dude stuff? Like, I want to go to a nice dinner. I want to like hang out and have like.
I like going to nice dinners.
I would be, after the show, I'd be closing my laptop and Uber eating dinner. And that would suck. So I'm glad that I made her come here. I'm
glad Ariel's there. I want you guys to have fun, but be careful out there.
We're going to go to the Shannon Sharp party tonight. So that's really good advice.
That's cool. Georgetown is up 67-54, 2 minutes left. Georgetown is going to be their 4th straight Big East win. The Hoyas are back. Well, the Kings. Hey, that's not nice. The Sacramento Kings have the worst record in the NBA. Remember, I'm no Kings. That one's going well.
Thank you
and
for sharing.
when I confirm, I did share before the season.
You did not.
Yes, I did. I made the no Kings joke. Didn't I?
Like, I don't know. After this already started. You did not share that with our listeners.
Oh, the listeners. No, I meant with you.
And me. You did not. No.
I didn't?
Nope.
Shit.
Did
that sucks.
I was going to fucking bet it.
That sucks. I'm sorry. Well, I think when Sunday comes, I think we're going to be rooting for New England. I think we're going to be rooting for a boring game. We're going to be rooting for New England. Looking forward to it. I did tell Joe and Sam the Super Bowl actually is my favorite day of the year. There's so much buzz here. There's so much energy. You've been here.
Yeah.
It's so fun. I see all these people I haven't seen in a long time. The first half, I can sit back here, watch the game, and it's just like every play is like, okay, we lost that, we won that, lost, won, lost. It's fun. It's a fun day. And then when I wake up on Monday morning, football's over. And then I can start worrying about real sports like baseball and college basketball. So I'm very excited for the Super Bowl.
We are going to do, by the way, I think we are going to do some stuff for Masters. We're going to go through the Masters. I'm going to do some stuff with us with Splash for the Masters. You mentioned golf. I'm in a golf polo, so we're just reminding me. And we're also going to do some stuff for March Madness. I mean, I'm going to be out there for March Madness, so I'm going to have to get signed up before I get out there. But I am happy for this football season to be over. I'm burnt out. This is the final culmination of no sleep. I'm going to get home on Friday night and just zen out for Sunday.
Zen out. When are we going to do a show to recap the game?
Hopefully never.
Never.
You and JVT are going to start up your new show, remember?
We are?
That's what I thought.
Is that what JVT said?
I think it's a good idea. I told him you would much rather do the show with him and you guys should just take over.
I do a show with John. Me and John do a show every Saturday.
Yeah, but he doesn't get paid
He doesn't get paid by ESPN Radio?
By SuperBook.
Oh no, not by Super
It
Bowl.
was really
No, it's
funny. I was
just-
like tiptoeing around on his show about the Westgate SuperBook because, like, you never know who like people's sponsors are. And then he goes, "Oh yeah, brought to us by our sponsor." I'm like, "You ding dong! You didn't tell me you were sponsored by the Westgate SuperBook this whole time. We could have said all sorts of great things about John."
yeah, we do a show every Saturday morning right here in the book. Right in the
Great.
book.
Okay, well,
Well,
I'm doing the show with you and Marco. March Madness. Don't forget
What do you mean you're doing the show with me and Marco? What does that mean?
on Friday.
Oh, you're
Marco
with TC Martin?
Yeah, he already
Oh.
told me. He's like, you have to come on with you and me and John because all we do is talk about you. I'm like, oh, okay, great.
I don't know about that. I mean, it's mostly more like, oh, she's your friend versus no, she's your friend kind of thing. You know what I mean? Looking forward to the Super Bowl. I want you and Ariel to be safe, young ladies.
We will.
I thought about sending John Hoagland, the unit, out there. I was going to fly him out there to kind of be security.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be great security.
John's a big guy, man. He could take care of you guys.
There is like 40 dudes on the street. They all live in tents. John Murray. He's
Right,
not
I know.
fighting off 40 guys.
John could just grab them by their neck and toss them if they got out of line.
My favorite is every single Uber driver being like, "Oh no, they're completely harmless." And then as soon as I walk into Radio Row this morning, a guy comes up to me. He's like, "Kelly, nice to meet you. Blah 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 blah. How is everything?" I'm like, "Well, you know, just seeing some interesting things." He goes, "Oh yeah, I was in my hotel yesterday, 3 p.m. and a guy walks in barefoot. He had just got robbed for his sneakers.
What?
3 p.m. in the afternoon, broad daylight. They robbed him for his sneakers. Yeah, they're harmless."
The show will not be sponsored by the San Francisco Tourism Board, but
he
I
told
have.
me the new mayor is going to be better. That's what this guy told me. That's what the Uber driver.
Okay.
New mayor.
Well, I've heard that the stadium is nice. It's just not near the city, but I did hear it when you get there. It's really nice.
My stadium is 90 minutes from here, where we are.
Wow, that is crazy. Well, the Super Bowl next year. We'll flash forward to next year quickly. The Super Bowl is in LA.
Okay.
And the College Football National Championship game, my friend, is right here in Las Vegas.
Ooh.
At Allegiant Stadium. So there is a lot to look forward to next season.
If State goes to the national championship game, you're going to give me the SuperBook suite, right? Can we?
Oh yeah, sure. That'll be very easy. Let me call Cammy right now.
It's not going to be the national championship.
No.
Can you just say yes?
I will do it. Kansas State, Kelly will be in the Westgate suite. Cammy, it's done. I already promised it to her. There's nothing I can do now. I can't go back on that.
I just need one ticket. I don't care about anybody else.
Oh, one ticket. Oh, we could probably make that work.
Just me.
Sure.
I don't need the whole suite.
How about me?
Okay, good. Us two. We just need 2 tickets.
I want to go to the
Except I'm not taking you. I'm taking Alex.
I've been to the national championship game in college football before, Florida State and Auburn at the Rose Bowl. It was awesome. So I would definitely like to go to that. Never been to a Super Bowl, but I watched.
Could you imagine how bad K-State being in the national championship would be for Handle? You would hate us.
No, I wouldn't hate you.
You would bitch about it the whole time.
Indiana was fine.
Has a massive fan base. Has a massive alumni
Yeah,
base.
they really do. And I was ignorant to that. I didn't realize Indiana had the biggest alumni base in the country. I was very ignorant to the.
Same.
And my last thought would be, how is it then that Indiana, which I would say is the state in this country most associated with the game of basketball, and they've got this huge alumni base, and it's the NIL era. How is Indiana not better at basketball?
Ooh.
And how did West Virginia?
Okay, because
hold on a second. And how did West Virginia, my alma mater, not think to hire Kirk Cignetti, who played for the Mountaineers and whose dad was the coach of West Virginia? How did they miss that one?
We did a radio spot today with a guy from West Virginia, and I raved about Morgantown, and he had the audacity to tell me, but it's going to be okay. We have Rich Rod now. And I just looked at him.
Kirk Cignetti went to West Virginia University. His dad was the coach.
Rich Rod, I couldn't even fake smile for him. I was like, yeah, you have Rich Rod now.
You win some and you lose some. Hopefully we win one on Sunday.